Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm out here in my wife's Model Y, that is hardware 3, AI3, and we're gonna test out the first route I did to the strip and back with zero interventions, zero disengagements on 12.5. So this is FSD 12.5.1.5. This is the first 12.5 version for hardware 3. So we're very similar circumstances. That was the first version for hardware 4 that we did that last time with no interventions. So we're going to test this out and see if we can replicate the exact same drive to the sphere, then Mandalay Bay, and then back to my area of town. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing I'm noticing is it's not taking off from this position, parallel park to the road. So I'm going to give it a second. There's a car behind us, and it turned. So I'm going to give it a little nudge, and then we should go. I've seen this on a lot of different versions of 12.5 on the hardware 4 vehicle. So that's not specific to any hardware. That just seems to be a bug that's in 12.5 right now, that randomly, when engaging FSD from a parked position, it will just sit there. It won't start the trip. All right, this first left is a unprotected left at a curved road here. It's clear if it wants to go right now. Perfect. I'm on the average driving profile. I do all my tests on the average driving profile, just to kind of get a medium baseline of how the car is going to behave. I'm also going to leave everything in. I will only skip ahead on red lights or when the car stopped. So if any of this first part is too boring, just go ahead and skip ahead. Seems to have been a pause on FSD 12.5.1.5 as well as 12.5.1.3. Both versions for hardware 4 and hardware 3 have seemed to be in a little bit of a pause. So it makes me think that either they've got a new version such as 12.5.2 really close and ready to be released, or they're working on a patch release, or they may just need to do some more validations on these versions before they start rolling it out wider. My hunch is that there's probably going to be a patch release sometime soon to address some of the weird bugs that we've seen. Okay, we should just go ahead and roll this left, which it's doing perfectly. So far, I've been testing FSD for about 3 years now, starting with version 10.2. So far, these two 12.5 versions for both hardware 3 and hardware 4 are really my favorite. I believe the best performing. So even with any weird behavior such as like slowing down or stopping for green lights, or any continuous behaviors such as like issues with going around vehicles or making right turns where it shouldn't, things like that are kind of persisting a little bit. Even with all those, even the speed, I mean, these are the smoothness and the confidence that these versions are giving me, and especially with the hands-free on top of that, being able to just continue to look forward and have my eyes monitored and not have to touch the wheel. The entire experience just makes these versions so much better than any prior version. So I know there's a lot of talk about so that these versions are huge regressions, that they're horrible. I'm not seeing it, and I show everything that happens with an entire drive. So whatever happens during this drive, you'll see, and maybe it's different areas having different experiences, but I'm not really seeing it. So here we are. We're at a red light, and there's definitely enough room to go around and make a right here, but the car is being extra cautious because it looks like it's a little bit dirt on the right side, so maybe it's wanting to stay out of that. But yeah, either way, it's not a deal breaker. It didn't have to do anything, and the car is making the right turn just fine. was interesting. We do have a left turn up ahead, but we were also being tailgated by that truck. So I'm glad that it decided to move over sooner than later. Okay, we need to get into the left turn lane here, and it looks like we're in the straight lane, so a little bit of a delay there in figuring out that this is only one lane turns left, but it did figure it out. Okay, we've got a right turn up ahead to get onto the highway. We've got this vehicle with the blinker on. We need to let them in. And as we enter the highway here, we're going to switch over to the old highway stack. The highway has not been updated to the new end-to-end AI just quite yet. But it does a really good job merging our way over. We've got behind a slow vehicle, so we're merging over one more lane to get ahead of this slow vehicle. Slower vehicle. As we pass the semi-truck, you'll see that we hovered hugged against the left line of the lane to add a little bit of extra room for safety. We've started making our way over to the right. We're going to exit here at Spring Mountain. Okay, we put on our right turn signal there for some unknown reason. You need to stay in this lane or move one over to the left. It's moving one over to the left, which I think is perfect. One more. Here we are at the sphere. Looks like we've got a closed lane up ahead, so it's good that we're in the middle lane here. All right, we made it to the sphere. We've got some pedestrians here that looks like they've stopped to wait, so the car proceeded. Just need to watch out for these people on the road and stopped vehicles, which the car seems to be handling really well. And we have arrived. So I'll go ahead and end our trip. Take me to Mandalay Bay. We've got vehicles here with people getting in, so the car put on its turn signal. And let's see, let's go down this. No, we'll go that way. See what our options are again. Okay, yeah, that'll be good. Okay, there's a little bit of hesitation there. It looks like we've got a closed right lane up ahead, so we don't need to merge left. Because the car handles perfectly. Let me get the short navigation up. Okay, they've got this right turn lane closed off so we can make a right turn here, like the vehicle ahead of us did. And there we go. This person cut through, so the car is going around them. So far, handling all of these different scenarios really well. I haven't touched the wheel, touched the pedals. I haven't done a thing. Zero human input so far. So we'll see how well it can get us to Mandalay Bay. Okay, the car's creeping, and now it's clear. Let's see what this. Okay, I'm looking forward, paying attention to the road. Okay, so we got over because we have a right turn up ahead, but then another Tesla pulled up in front of us. So the car appropriately slowed down real smooth, didn't slam on the brakes or anything. And now we're making a right turn on Tropicana. And then kind of strangely got in the way of that Tesla, put on the left blinker, and then slowed down to 40 and a 45. We still need to get over one more because we've got a left turn up ahead, but it seems to be putting on the left blinker and being real hesitant to merge over into this left lane. This lane has been closed in the past for quite a while. It looks like they've opened it up, so I don't know if that has anything to do with this. Can't imagine, but you know, it could be. here we are at Mandalay Bay with still 0 disengagements, 0 interventions. Take me to the Aliante library. All right, so we've made it here to Mandalay Bay without having any human input as well. This is our second destination, and now we're going to head back to my area of town. And hopefully I can get us on a route that'll do city streets instead of highway. Last time we did the highway and had no issues, but I guess we'll give it a little extra challenge here. But I would imagine we're going to get back to our final destination with 0 human input needed. A fully autonomous drive to the Las Vegas Strip, to the Sphere, Mandalay Bay, and then back home. We've got real tiny speed bumps here, but it's hitting them at full speed there. It's not a huge issue. We're also behind a left turn vehicle when there's enough space to make a right turn here. So kind of a missed opportunity, and also a situation where we've got a car behind us that wants to make a right as well. So they're kind of stuck here waiting on us when we could just go ahead and make this right. Might be a situation where some cars wouldn't be that patient and they would just cut through. Okay, now it's all clear and we're making a right turn. Did a really good job at stopping for that yellow. It was really assertive for that braking, but it didn't throw me forward. So I handled that really well. Looks like we have a little hairpin here to get onto the freeway. So far the car's handling everything real naturally, so smooth. I mean, I feel like I'm riding while a human's driving, is what it feels like right now. Car's doing a really good job, even though the car in front of us wasn't really speeding up real quick to get onto the freeway, but doing a good job managing being around that car. Okay, so the car's seeing the suggested 55 speed, even though this is a 65 mile an hour zone right now. But the as you can see, the max speed is highlighted in blue, which means it's keeping that speed with the flow of traffic so that we're not going extremely slow with traffic around us. So hopefully we can catch a 65 sign and proceed a little bit more normal speed. There we go, that should do it, that sign. There we go, and we'll speed up now. So I'm going to try to get it to take the side roads here in a second. It should exit the freeway. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it'll reroute itself because of traffic and just keep us on the highway. So if it does that, we'll just continue on. I want to get back to our area of town with zero human input if I can. And so we'll just see what the car does and let it do its thing. Okay, we need to get over to the right, but there's a car right in our blind spot. Let's see if they let us over. Doesn't look like they're going to let us over. So the car's braking now so that we can get over. And it looks like it's going to have to reroute because this truck did not let us over. And he's actually coming into our lane a little bit there, so the car braked. So it's going to reroute us to another exit up here ahead. So it looks like we're going to take the freeway all the way around the other way. Let's see if I can get us on here. There we go. I can get us onto a main road here, and we can try that since we were blocked out of our exit. We can do a right turn on red here, so if the car wants to proceed, it can. And it does. Car slowing down real nicely for that dip. Okay, cross traffic here doesn't stop, so we'll need to creep and be real cautious. And we're proceeding. Did a really good job there. Slowing down for some more dips. And crossing over really well there. We had a car coming, but it wasn't so close that we couldn't do that. It's actually coming behind us now. So that was handled real smoothly and confidently. looks like it read a school zone back there, dropped the speed to 25, even though this is not a 25. But the car didn't immediately drop down to 25. It's kind of driving at a higher rate to that's for this road type, so it did a really good job there. And then hopefully it'll switch back as soon as it sees another correct speed limit sign. This is one of the perks of having the auto max speed. If you don't have that on, I would have been going 25 this entire time. I mean, with the max offset, I'd probably maybe 30 something, like 32. I don't know how far it would go above there. Okay, we should catch this 45 speed sign and then speed up. Okay, it caught the 45. You can see it on the screen, but we're still going 39. It seems like we're slowly going up to speed now. And now we're back up to a normal speed, so this is good. Okay, we've got a right turn here, and then we're gonna cross over and make a left into the library. And there you have it, about an hour and 10 minutes of fully autonomous driving. No human input, no interventions, no disengagements. Just had the car take me from the edge of Las Vegas to the Sphere on the Strip, and then took me to Mandalay Bay on the Strip as well. And then we had the car take us back to the edge of Las Vegas. So this is Hardware 3. Don't know what else I can say. It did just as well as Hardware 4 would do in this situation. So I'm very impressed. We'll go ahead and have it park on the edge here for us and wrap up this trip. So this is FSD 12.5.1.5. This is the first 12.5 version for Hardware 3. This is my second time I'm doing a trip with Hardware 3 in filming. First time was just strictly down on the Strip. It did a really good job, but we did have a couple of disengagements and interventions. This time, 5 days later, a week later or so, the car did a ton better. I mean, it wasn't as tough of a trip. I didn't have it take us on Las Vegas Boulevard and into some of the tougher hotels, enclosed areas, but it's handled those before as well. I didn't see any of the green light issues on this trip. I didn't see any blinking yellow issues, so I'm not sure if I just got lucky or if there's been something to remedy that besides an update. But there you have it. An hour and 10 minutes of driving to the Strip and back to the Sphere, the Mandalay Bay, with zero human input, zero interventions. Very impressed with version 12.5 on Hardware 3. Actually, version 12.5.1.5. So I'll see you in the next video.